it's me, Maya from NextSound team. Good to see you guys here, Mount Fujin and Sean. Yay! Today we're doing the project, the third project in the AI Workspace series. So this series is great if you are kind of new to AI and AI agents and you're trying to build things using AI. And this is a level up because now you're connecting your web app with a live database. And we'll walk you through how to do this. And we get to do this interactively. So if you're joining new, um, I think we don't have anybody new today. We've got Sean and we've got Jen. Hello. Super excited to continue this project. Okay. Good to see you, Jen. I see your message. Let's go. See you later, Maya. Okay, so where did we leave off? I think we were in step one. I know that Jin was working to um, clone the repo, and I think he did that and installed Supabase, maybe. I did, but this was where I was stuck with. So let me open up Cursor and open my project. Oh, where did I save it? I think I saved it in desktop. Yeah, desktop, NextSound. Perfect. Okay, so this is what I had seen. And Jen, can I make you a speaker? No pressure, but it might save you some trouble from typing. Jen, good to see you on the stage. Hello.
Hello, good to see you again.
Hi. Yay. How are you?
I'm super fine. I just woke up from the last session, like the community, so I
Oh,
can't speak up
yeah.
this time. I can. I was
This
saving up for this time. I wanna
yeah.
work it with you guys.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're here. So glad you're here. Okay. And where were you in the project, Jen? We were doing it together, but we were all going at our own pace, so that's a good thing. We all take our time. And I was stuck before the last task, which was being able to connect Cursor and Supabase. I got stuck here. Where would you say you're at, Jen?
I'm still on creating account for the Supabase, installing it.
Okay, cool. All right.
Sorry.
And are you going to be doing the project with me today?
Yes, I let's go.
Yay. Let's
Go.
go. Let's go. Cool. So I see a couple of people who have joined the call. This session is basically us building this project together. I'll put the link to this project in the chat and you can check it out. We are building um, a So this is the project. We're building a database with Cursor and Supabase MCP. If you don't know what either of these tools are, totally fine. This entire project will walk you through it, and you get this ask feature, which you can ask all your questions to, and it'll answer. So go through this project, and at the end of it, you get this documentation that you can share on LinkedIn and anywhere you want. So as you work through it, you will get a documentation which you can then download or share the URL. Lots of ways to do it. You can download as a PDF, all of that. So very cool. I think it's totally fine if we are all working on the project at a different pace. Totally fine. You can. I tend to ask a lot of questions, and I use this ask feature and ask all kinds of questions. And you can ask me anything because I'll ask the ask feature. So give me all the questions. and we'll learn together, take your time with this project. Do this project multiple times. That's also useful. Each time you might learn something new. And yeah, I'm very excited that you're all here today. Um, so I am going to get started. I'm going to continue where I left off, and Jin is also working through this project and will also be continuing where he left off. And if Jin, you or I run into an error, we'll just let each other know, okay? Um, Sean, how are you?
Good. I'm at your kind of the same step.
Oh, yeah,
It's
you're doing the
confusing.
project
I
with
just
us.
what's that?
Can I do a happy dance? Because you're also doing the project with us. It's our
Right.
happy dance.
Right. I'm at the same spot you are, I think. Wait, let me see
Yes.
your happy dance one more time. I'm kidding. There you go. That's awesome. Um, so I have two projects already in Supabase, and it's confusing. The AI is getting them confused. So it
Yeah.
has like a hash number that it created,
Mhm.
and it says it found the URL in the configuration, checking the project to see exists and its status. Doesn't match any project in your account,
Yeah.
or you don't have access to it. It says what I
Hey, Sean,
found.
I'm just
Blah,
thinking
blah.
out loud with you. If you've
Uh-huh.
got a error that you're stuck with, even though I know you will resolve it on your own, what might be helpful, and I'm just thinking long term and very selfishly, it might be helpful to just take screenshots of what the error messages are and at some point add a post and ask anything. And the reason I'm asking for this is because if you're running into that error, it's possible that somebody else is running into that error. And you mentioned that you were seeing that error because you already have a Supabase account, you've got multiple projects. And so the instructions in the project might look a little different for you. And if it's possible that somebody else who's got multiple projects on Supabase has a similar error. And so it would help us and anybody else who runs into something like that to have some place to go to and ask a question and get their answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I didn't see an error. I was just trying to get dialed in on the project. And
Okay.
I remember last time it was suspicious that it didn't show the sound base. It's sound base or what's it called again?
Next sound?
Sound. What's it? I'm sorry.
Next sound?
Oh yeah, sound. The sound project, and I just asked AI, is my super base connected? Because I was just trying to get the project and cursor up and running and be on the
Oh,
same page as the AI,
yeah.
and that's where I left off because I believe it's hallucinating and is attaching itself to one of my old
Mm.
projects on Superbase. So that's what led me to it. I didn't get an error so far, but does that make
Sean,
sense?
I was kind of looking at this, and I realized that my ask was in ask mode and not agent mode. And um, what is it for you? Ask or agent?
It's in agent.
Okay.
It's in agent mode.
Okay. That's where it should be. So yeah, let me know how it goes. I'm also troubleshooting my error.
Yeah, I think I have to. I think where I'm stuck is where the MCP um, isn't in sync with the AI agent, if that makes
Mm.
sense. How do I confirm if the MCP created that? Let me see.
All right. So
Uh,
let's work on it.
tool.
Let me know how it goes, okay, Sean? And
Okay.
Jin, you too. All right. So I am here. And if you need me to look at your screen, let me know. We can always screen share and do all of that. Ooh, Jin has got a screenshot that he's included. And oh, you're already there. And when you asked for your, what is my Supabase organization called? It gave you, it worked for you, Jin.
Yeah.
Yay. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's my first.
Exciting. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you
I'm
are ahead
lucky.
of me. Well done. Well done. I will catch up. Keep going.
'Cause,
Okay.
Yeah, that's right where I'm
yeah,
at.
sure.
That's where the problem I'm having.
Oh no,
He's
but
got it
for
done.
Jin,
What's
it
your
worked. For Jin, the screenshot says that it gave the Supabase organization. Do you see that in the ask? So for him, he's all connected and ready to keep going to the step two.
I'll wait for you
Nice.
guys.
Nice. Well done, Jin. Well done. Okay.
Thank you
I
so
am
much.
going to try one more time. Everything is looks right for me. I'm just going to try it again. What is and I'm going to create a new one. New chat. What is my Supabase organization called? So this time I have turned on the agent mode. When I did it last time, I realized it was on ask. So hopefully, it's running through the list of organization and it works for me too. Yay. Happy dance time.
Yay! Congrats. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so, all right. Have I done all the tasks? Yes, and I can see my work. Amazing. And where is the task that I was left with? Okay, so how have you used MCPs so far? I connected cursor to the Supabase MCP. I verified the connection by asking the cursor agent to look through and confirm that it um, to look through and return the name of the um, Supabase organization. The MCP lets cursor store. Let's see. Um, this tells us the cursor wants to use MCP to figure out the organizations it's connected to. Um, and yeah, the MCP lets cursor. Ooh, how do I want to complete that sentence? Um, how did you complete your sentence, Jin?
I'm actually doing it with you. I'm bad at words.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do a
I'm
little.
al- I'm also stuck at the MCP Let's cursor.
Yeah, like because I know that the MCP allows me to store all the the likes. Um, but what what have we done? How have we used it so far? Is where I'm stuck. And so I guess yeah, this is the answer that we're looking for. To use the list organizations because that's what we did here. It said when I asked it to verify, it went through and ran the list of organizations. So it actually accessed the cursor agent accessed my Supabase um, account and found all the list of organizations that I have here. So that's, I guess, the answer. So let's see. Um, I verified the connection by asking Cursor what is my Supabase organization called, and the MCP allowed Cursor to use the list organizations tool to get that information. Um, for example, now uh, my Cursor AI agent or editor, yeah, Cursor AI is connected to my Supabase cloud database and can start interacting with natural language commands. And if you've got the pro version, you can write a lot more, but I think you can write this much with the free. And if you hit done and click view my work, look, 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 look. Isn't that beautiful? So exciting. You can just see what your documentation is going to look like. And you can even change the theme. I think I might go with the dark mode today. Ooh, ooh, let's see. Yeah, it looks more serious, you know? I'm down for business. Sean, how's it going?
Good. To separate the confusion, I just launched a new one, created a new Supabase project, and had to create a new one. So I'm running the Supabase now to check on it, but it gave me a URL to the database, so I think I'm on the right track.
Cool. Okay. So I'm going to answer the next question. What are we doing in step 2? In step 2, we're going to set up a Supabase project for my app by um, by prompting Cursor to help me set up a new database connection, create a new project on Supabase, and set up a .env file locally to store my app's Supabase connection. Nice. Easy. Okay. All right. Let's see. View my work. Will this show up? I don't think this shows up because it's kind of like a check. Do you understand what we're doing? But it doesn't really come in the project. It might be too much if we added all the, what are we doing in this step? Questions in here. Okay, prompting Cursor for setup. Let's put Cursor to work, shall we? Give it clear instructions to set up the connection between our NextSound app and Supabase. In Cursor chat input, type the following prompt. Okay, so you don't have to type it up. You can just copy the code. You don't even have to expand it. You can just copy here. And then we want to go to Cursor. And where do we put it? In the Cursor chat input, type the following prompt. Okay, so I'm going to put this here and ask. Let's go. Okay. And what exactly are we asking? We're asking use the Supabase MCP to create a new project and set up a connection between NextSound and my database. Okay, wait. let's just like take a step back, and I just like it just struck me that we're actually making it create a project. We aren't going to Supabase and creating the project. Like I'm so used to all our AWS projects where we go to AWS and do create all these things, right? No, we're just saying do it, make it for me, set it up, and create a project and set up a connection between NextSound and my database, and then explain how to create a end file and include all of these things and keep your answer concise. So it's going through that, and um, okay, and so we see that, and we enter to send the prompt. All good. So what does this prompt say? We've read through that. Uh, yeah, it's good to know how to write a good prompt. In this project, we give you all the prompts so that you can um, just copy and paste. But tomorrow, when you're creating your own project, you will want to be able to create all these prompts. So, what are the things you need to keep in mind of? Be clear, specific, break down your request into steps, mention important files or variables, state if you want an explanation or code. And if you're asking for sensitive information like API keys, note that you should handle them mentally security, which is why we're asking for an explanation on how to create the end file, right? Very good. This is really useful, and I want to remember this. So I'm going to create a note and be like, important. Important information to revisit, um, tips to write a good prompt. I might have more to add to this. So this is just useful. I'm just keeping it there. Nice little feature in the project. And you can always come and check it later. Okay, so now that we've given all that information and we say run, so it's going through all of that. It's telling me that, oh, it's going through, hold on. The project will cost $0 monthly. Okay, you must repeat this and confirm their understanding, yes. Okay, and let me go back to the project. Yeah, you can run everything. Uh, we recommend clicking run for each tool individually as you go through the project so that you can learn more and you have more control and everything looks safe and you can stop and ask questions. But it's also up to you. Um, and as you get more comfortable with cursor, you might just be like, just do it. Sean, I know, is very comfortable with cursor and Claude Code. Sean, do you just say run everything or do you say I want to know everything?
Yeah, in the beginning, it's a kind of hybrid of both. Like if it's a simple, I shouldn't say simplifying. If I already understand the function, I just say run it. And I like telling Claude to run it because if there's an error, it happens in Claude's world and or Cursor's world, and it is automatic. It starts fixing it. But I like slowing it down and figuring out like exactly what the problem was, especially if I've never seen it before and learn from it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so would you recommend that people find their own comfort with the AI agent? Like you might want to do a little bit of both and see what works and what doesn't?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you have to understand what it's doing and not just sit in the back passenger seat and let it drive everything because you're not learning anything. You can't let it be that automated.
Yeah, so true. And hello, hello. Is this Samuel on the call we have today? I see Ghost, and I remember that there was a Ghost who said he was Samuel Williams. So I just wanted to know if it's the same Samuel Williams who used to join our events in back in the circle days so long ago. And yes, Ghost says you guessed right. Samuel, so good to see you here. It's been so long. How have you been? Oh, I can't speak right now, he says. Aw, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We missed you. Um, seeing you every day and then not hearing from you, somewhere in the move from Circle to Discord, I was worried that we lost you, but I'm so happy to see you. How are things going with you? What have you been up to? Where have you been? Where have you been? You are a ghost. Just disappeared. I'm so glad you're back. Okay. All right, Samuel, we are working on this project. If you are free and would like to join, it would be wonderful to have you. Oh, actually, Samuel, would you mind giving a quick introduction of yourself to everyone in this session? We've got Jin and we've got Awais. And I think you've met Sean from the Circle days, but would nice to have a quick introduction of all of you. It doesn't have to be too long, just a quick where you're joining from and what you're doing right now is all that would be needed. Otherwise, you too. I see you. I see you. Yeah. Okay. Let me get back to the project. Okay, so we're running, and okay, now let me see what cursor has done. Um, okay, so it's done all these things. What has it done? So it told me that it's going to cost only $0. Search for all the files. Okay, I'm going to let it continue to create a project, and so now it's creating a project, and it's getting the project URL and getting some anonymous key. And of course, I can say create everything, but it's doing all of it, and it's creating an env file for me. Project created NextSound ID, create.env file in the project root in the next sound, okay? Create a file named env, add these lines, and note that env is ignored. So that means it is private. Your Supabase client.ts already reads these variables, so the connection will work after you create the file and restart your dev server. Okay, so let me just double check on what this means. All right, it says .env is ignored. What does this mean? .env is ignored, and it's like a one word, get ignored. The phrase .env is get ignored means that .env file is intentionally excluded from version control like git. And why that's important is because env file, just short for environment file, is a plain text file used to store environment variables specific to the project. These variables often include sensitive information like API keys, database credentials, or other configuration settings that shouldn't be publicly exposed. Okay? Why is it used in your build a database with Cursor and Supabase MCP project? The environment file stores your Supabase URL and your key, and these are unique to your Supabase project and allow your NextSound app to connect to your database. Why is it Git ignored? When a file is Git ignored, it means Git will intentionally not track changes to it, and it won't be included when you commit your code to a repository like GitHub. This is a crucial security practice. Ah, okay. And it prevents sensitive information like Supabase keys from being accidentally uploaded to public repositories where it could be accessed by unauthorized individuals. It also allows different developers or deployment environments to have their own local configurations without overriding each other's settings. In essence, .env is Git ignored, ensures that your project secrets and local configurations stay private and secure. Nice. Very cool information. Okay. All right. I'm just about to answer this task over here. Does anybody have any questions so far? Let me just check the chat. Ghost is Samuel Williams from Nigeria. And Samuel says, I'm sorry I've been away too long. Yeah, I've missed you. During the days of Circle, I was using a bored computer. I had to return it. Got it. Is Discord working better for you, Samuel? Do you have more access to it because you have a phone, or is it easier? Mount Fujin is actually Jin from Philippines. And I forget where in Philippines, but it's this beautiful place in Philippines, in a very remote island in Philippines, that he shared some photos with us last week, and that's what I remember. Cool. For all of you joining, Evil Without, hello. Awise, Yash. I'd love for you to add a little blurb about yourself. Um, so far, we've got New Zealand, US, Philippines, Nigeria on this call. Isn't that so cool? Epic. Okay, so how did Cursor set up your database? To set up my database, Cursor used a set of tool calls to create a new project and set up a connection between NextSound and my database. A little copy paste there. For example, Cursor called, what all did it call? Oh my goodness. Let me see. Was it explained? There you go. Cursor used tools like get cost, confirm cost, and create project, which are tool calls that you can see in here, maybe? Yeah, get cost, confirm cost, create project. All of these are tool calls that were available when we connected to our Supabase. Cool, isn't it? So somebody created all these methods, all these calls, which now we can just call and we get to do things very quickly. Okay, so let me add that. For example, Cursor called, what is it? Get cost, confirm cost, and create project. Up, 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 up. Called get cost. I'm editing here. Can I make this bigger? I can make this bigger. Wow, now I have so much space to write. That's so cool. Okay. All right, so I used get cost, which is, and I want to write this down because sometimes writing these things down and like it helps me learn, you know? A lot of people like to do the project first and then go back and do this. I thought I was one of those persons who would, just want to get things done. But now I feel like I want to ask all these questions. I want to understand better. And I just want to make sure that every step of the way, I'm more and more confident about what I did. So we had a set of tool calls, and the ones we use now were get cost, which is a safety check to make sure that to verify if the action will incur any costs, and then confirm cost, which is asking me to confirm that it's okay to continue, um, and then create project, which actually creates the project. So I want to add that too. Cool. That is how Supabase set up the database. Okay, now let's click done. Woohoo! I am enjoying this looking at this documentation every time I'm done. And the funny thing is, last week it wasn't even like a thing for us. It's such a new feature, but now I'm just addicted. I I, I cannot do it otherwise. You know? What about you, Jin? Are you doing the documentation as you do the project, or are you just going through the project and going to come back to the um, documentation? Okay, let's see. Ooh, some messages in the chat. Samuel is joining with the mobile device. Oh, you're going to be a ghost for longer until you can afford a working computer. It's 2 a.m. I will have to leave soon, but believe me, I have missed you a whole lot. Me too. We missed you too, Samuel, and it's. I hope you join again. Check out the events on the community, and we do a session every day. So when you are free, I hope you do join. I really want to know how you are and what you've been up to. So it's a little earlier in the day, so it won't be 2 a.m. when you join, but would love to have you and catch up with you. Awesome. Jin, Sean, how's it going? I imagine you must be ahead of me. I'm going so slow.
I'm behind, but it's
No,
all good.
no way.
I'm do- I'm doing the documentation at the same time because I feel like the knowledge I'll be learning would be long term if I would
Mm,
like quiz myself. I love it.
yeah, 100%. I find that useful too, because it's easy to go through and skim through. And when you're skimming it and you're like, yeah, 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 I get it, I get it, I get it. And then it asks you a question and I'm like, how did I set up my database using cursor? Wait a minute, let me go back up, you know? So,
Y-
um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like
And
also that guy that
yeah,
I've been like just doing,
yeah.
and
And
I
Jin,
tend to
are you
forget about what I've
are yeah, you tend to forget. Yeah, me
learned.
too. Me too. Are you addicted to this live documentation feature? Are you just like checking all the time or are
Yeah,
you more patient?
love it. I can see my
Really?
progress. Like, oh my god, this is exciting.
Like, okay, I filled it out. Let me see. Ooh, it's beautiful and it's getting longer each time. It's like I'm making progress.
I love the feature.
Yeah. Oh. Bye, Samuel. Good night. Take care. And I hope to see you soon. Okie dokie. Ooh, we've got more folks on the call. Hello, hello. Today we're doing this project. We're building this project together. It is part of the AI Workspace series. Let me know if you're doing the project along with us. Sean and Jin are doing this project, and we're all going at our own pace. So if you're just getting started, it's totally fine. This is the project where we're building a database um, using Supabase MCP, and you learn all about what an MCP is, and you work with an AI agent, and we're just following the steps and actually getting hands-on experience of doing and creating and building things, you know? And as we create it, we also get to see the documentation. So feel free to join along. And if you've got any questions, put it in the chat or let me, just ask if you want to join us on stage. and tell us all about what you're doing, where you're at. Okay, so this is step 2. We've completed step 1. Oh, I think we've completed a little more than that, haven't we? Yeah. So we're almost towards the end of the last bit of step 2, and we've got 2 more steps to go. And hopefully we'll finish this project in this session today. Find your Supabase project. So let's check whether Supabase has been set up. I'm going to open this. I'm all logged in, which is great. I see it. You know, I didn't create this. Cursor created it. That's so cool. Cursor created it because I asked Cursor too. Look, I said, hey, use the Supabase MCP to create a new project, do this. And it did. And it's looking beautiful and exciting. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. All right. So, I did that and it's created. Nice. This confirms that Cursor's just set up the project for us via the Supabase MCP. We just have one more thing to do, which is to make sure that our web app is also connected to Supabase, not just Cursor. So how do we do that? Hold on, I'm a little stuck here. So this confirms that Cursor's just set up the project for us via the Supabase MCP. Yeah. We just have one more thing to do is to make sure that the web app, and by web app, it's the NextSound web app that we've cloned, that is connected to the Supabase, not just Cursor. Okay, okay, I got it. All right, so to do that, we need that end file. Remember the end file that we asked about in our little ask thing. So even though all the details are there in the project, I know that, like me, there are people who just want to get ahead and have all these questions like, what is the .end file? And I want to know. And even though the explanation is coming up, we're just like, tell me now, tell me now. And I asked all the questions beforehand. Well, yeah, kind of. I asked about get ignored. But the explanation is right here. So the end file is to store all the sensitive pieces of information, and it doesn't it's protected, and it doesn't get into Git. It's safe under version control, and so other people cannot access this when you push your files to Git. But we need it to make sure that everything is connected and we have all the API keys and all the environment details. So that's why we need to create an end file. So let's keep going. Cursor will use the get project URL and get anon keys tools to retrieve the credentials for the new project, which it did, and we got all of that. And then Cursor will provide you with the credentials. Now let's create the end file. So if you followed all the instructions, you would have had the instructions as well of like how to do this. And so we specifically asked for that to explain how to create a end file. So we're not asking it to create the end file. Just tell us how to do it, we'll do it. So now that's what we're going to do. Let's click on the Explorer panel and right click and create a new file in the root of the project directory. So here, NextSound, I want to create a new file in the root, and that's the .env file. Okay. Copy the credentials from Cursor's chat response and paste it. So I'm going to copy this, and then I will, oh, I can put it here. That's cool. That's a nice little feature too. But let me see how that works out here. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So I could put it here, or I could not. I could just directly. How do I clear this? Hello. delete. Okay. Um, yeah, cursor allows me to copy everything from here. So I might just copy this and paste it here like that. And it gives me both lines, which is exactly what I want here. And then I want to save it. So save. And now I have an end file with these two details. Amazing. All right, what is an end file and why is it important? End file stores sensitive information like API keys and um, credentials for security. For NextSound, it contains it contains the Supabase URL and the anon key, which what is that for? What is that for? I'm gonna find out. What are the Supabase URL and anon key for? So it contains, so I know that it contains the Supabase, what is it? What is it called? It contains the Supabase URL and the Supabase anon key. This is important because the Supabase URL is the unique URL for my Supabase project, and it tells your application where to find the database, okay? And the anon key is the project's anonymous or public key, and it is used for client-side authentication to Supabase, allowing for application to make requests to the database without needing a logged in user. So this ensures that your application can securely access your Supabase database to perform actions like storing and retrieving data for features such as likes functionality that you're building. So it's basically getting all the details, like all the URL and the key. So if I think of the URL as an address, and like this is the house, this is where all the data is being stored, I also need a key to enter that. So I'm basically getting the address and the key to enter that address. And you don't want to give your address and key to just anybody. You're trusting your specific tool to have access to that. And so that's why it is in a different file. So the end file stores sensitive information like API keys and credentials, or like the URL and API keys. For NextSound, it contains the Supabase URL and the anon key. This is important because these values will allow that my application to securely access my Supabase database and perform actions like storing and retrieving data. Amazing. Does that make sense? Is everyone with me? Or am I just talking to myself? That's fine too. Yay, look at that shimmer. Shimmer, shimmer.
I'm right there with you. I'm at the same spot.
Nice. Nice. So you have your end file?
Yep.
Cool.
I just created the M file and just got the anon key and all that
Nice.
stuff. Now I'm documenting.
Amazing. 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 I can't wait for us to be done with this project and share our documentation with each other. I'm super excited. Okay. All right. So that means we're done with step two. High five, team. Okay. So now we're going to build the likes feature. And this is where it gets really fun. Okay. So we're going to create a new table in our Supabase database and update the app's code to show a like button and write logic to update the like count. Ooh, hey Sean, when you did the live coding application that you demoed for the next work project, didn't you have something similar with the likes that you absolutely detested?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, so I was very naive in thinking how a database works. I was like, how hard is it? You know, I didn't know anything about database architecture or anything like that. I honestly just thought, well, database is just a huge, file like on your desktop. It's just you just put stuff in it, right?
Yeah.
And I let AI do it, and I was like, cool, let's set it up. And I was really kind of just following AI and like, oh, that's what it looks like. Okay, cool, whatever. And then in my project, I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if I put a thumbs up, you know. And because I was switching back and forth from the front end to the back end, when I wanted to put the thumbs up on my little thumbnails, it has to talk to the database because it has to track the user and all that other stuff. The user and the who's putting a thumbs up and how many thumbs up you're allowed to put, produce per item, and so the AI started hallucinating. It got confused. I confused it. So it went into my database and it started moving things around. And it was messing with my users, my user sign in users. So it broke my authentication process
Yeah.
that I pulled off the shelf. And so it was like, and then I realized, like, wait, there's a whole world of database engineering and structure. I'm like, okay, so that was like my first experience with. I mean, I dealt with like little database, like the entry level stuff, but this was like real use case, and I was like, and it took me like almost like a whole day to figure all that out because I was learning as I was going. I'm like, why is it broke? What's going on? And yeah, so I've. A hate love relationship to that blue little thumbs up something. I learned a lot from it. I learned a whole lot. I
Yeah.
learned that, yeah, it was crazy.
Do you think that this project and the way that this project is structured and like building different features out, do you think that this is how you've been building all the things that you've built? Or is this like, does this help in like in the way you create things with AI?
No, it's right along there. I mean, it's almost it's it's right there. I mean, I'm learning the same things but harder, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Because I'll be doing something and then I'll see a networks project. And I'm like, oh, I could have just spent an hour doing that instead of, going down the rabbit hole with AI with no guidance. Well, it's guidance, but sometimes it's hallucination guidance. So it's like, but you do learn a lot, because you're and it just reiterates, you do need to know theory of what is going on, Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, I
I
kick myself because I see projects. I'm like, oh, I just could have done that. I love they're like an hour to 2 hours long, because that's perfect. Or
awesome.
5 hours of going down the rabbit hole.
Hmm. Awesome.
But I have a good understanding of a little blue thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what we're really trying to do with the next work projects is it's like anybody can use the AI tools to build whatever they want, But knowing how to best use these tools in a way that is efficient and effective is something that you can learn. And you can learn by trial and error and by making a lot of mistakes and spending a lot of time doing it. Like, which I think is what you experienced, Sean. You just went in and you didn't have any next work projects at that time. You just went in and like tried a lot of things because you wanted to learn and you made a lot of mistakes and you learned, and now you're like, oh, I am so much more knowledgeable and informed because of all the mistakes I've made, and I know how to do it better. Or you can do these projects and we walk you through it, and it's also an opportunity for you to ask all the questions you want using the ask feature and the community, and to really understand the theoretical pieces of it too. Like things like, don't hard code your API keys. Put it in an end file. Then it's a more secure way of doing it.
Yes. Yeah, I have a bad habit doing that. Yeah, I learned that too. So, um, yeah, so
All right.
and when I'm doing the Git, that's
Mm-hmm.
like a Zam, a
Yeah.
Zam
Yeah.
when he was showing me how to use GitHub correctly and stuff. It was like, hey man, your whole project is your repo is hard coded to your Google Cloud extension or whatever, and so I had to go in there and fix that. It was like, like the base of the project was at like C, backslash Sean Fitz OneDrive. I was like, oh, okay.
Too much
So, but
information.
yeah, exactly. But we fixed it, and Nikhil, Nikhil, he actually downloaded the clone of the project, and he's the one who found it. He's like, why isn't it working? And then Azam was on the call, and he's like, hey bro, you have your whole like OneDrive hard coded into that repo. I was like, cool.
Oh,
I don't know if they could actually get in, but maybe, I don't know. Bad habits, learning by bad habits.
yeah.
Not good.
Learning is good, no matter how you learn it, as long as you learn.
Thank God my whole life is an open book because apparently I'm showing it to the world.
All right. Okay. So this is where I am at in the project. This is step 3. We're building the likes feature. And in building the light feature, to do that, we're prompting Cursor to build a feature for us. So we're not coding anything here. We're just telling Cursor exactly what we want to see in this likes feature, what we envision the feature should look like. And then we're going to run the NextSound web app to test the new feature. So I filled out this task, and we've the Nextwork project already includes the prompt, but again, you can always go and check the note on tips of how to write a good prompt for AI agents. And this is the prompt that we've given: implement a likes feature that adds a heart button on every track card. Every track starts with 0 likes. Set up a Supabase table that stores the number of likes that each track has. The end file already exists at NextSound slash env with the URL and the key. So use the MCP to read the end values and set up the table. So that's the prompt that we've given. And let's see how it's going. So it's doing a lot of things, and it's asking me for permission every step of the way. Um, and it's running. Cool. 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 And I also realize I haven't run the dev yet. So when we test it out, I imagine we might be doing that here, or I might have to go back to step 1 to look at the instructions on how to do that. Okay, so we've entered the prompt. What is the feature you're working on? The feature I'm building is the likes feature. where um, oh yeah, that adds a heart button on every track that that has a heart button on every track and allows people, users, to like a track by clicking on the heart heart button. Instead of manually setting up the database, I'm prompting Cursor to set up a database that stores the likes and uh, set up a database that stores the like by referring to the env file and giving details like start with zero for each, 0 likes for each track. Okay. All right, I've put enter. I can see it looking nice and perfect. And if I don't like the way it looks, or I feel like, there's only one zero in the next line, I don't want that. I can always change it if I have Pro. Woohoo! Thanks, Nat. Nat is coming into the little project session that we have going on. Okay, so we've got the feature done. All right, let's check on Cursor and see how that's going. Oops. All right, still some more commands and permissions to allow. So you can read through what Cursor is telling us every step along the way. Like it's reviewing the code base, it's checking the services, checking existing tables, creating, and it kind of is doing it very systematically. So far, I think it's doing pretty well. Jin, how's it going for you?
I'm still on the quiz after the database. I've done the database. I'm
Oh,
writing
quiz. Which quiz?
uh how did Cursor set up your database? Good.
Oh, do you need help with that?
Yeah. Uh it, it's good. I'm actually just writing up. I'm
Okay.
bad at English, so
No, no,
I
no,
know.
Neo. It's totally fine. Are you using the ask feature here to help you with that?
Uh I wanted to write it on my I can do it, but I think I know. I'm just finding the right words.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so impressed that you're not even like, that you have access to all the shortcuts, but you're like, no, I want to do this my
Maybe
I love
because
that.
I like and I get it how it goes.
Because what?
Yeah, because I know how I learned how did it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done, Jen. I'm
Thank
impressed
you
with the
so
way
much.
that you're handling it. And look, even Nat says, that's awesome, Mount Fusion.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice. Okay. So where am I at? Oh, still a lot of things that it's building. It's running list tables really extensively. And, you can ask all the questions if you don't understand what it's doing. So this is security advisors to set ensure the setup is right. And let me also go and check to make sure that everything looks okay. Okay, right. Click run to approve the actions. Um, so if you've already selected run everything, then you won't see each tool call, but I didn't click on that. So I keep having to say run. And I prefer that because I get to see what's happening. But if you're comfortable otherwise, then you can go for that too. But I think we generally recommend approving actions one by one to see what's happening and spot any unexpected situations. And if you're doing this project at another time, like OICE, I'm not sure if OICE is doing the project with us or maybe might do the project later. Know that there's a demo right here of Nat, and you can click on it, and then you can do a 2 click and do a picture in picture. And then wherever you are, you can see exactly where she was and as she's going through the project. So feel free to use this tool, this little handy dandy picture in picture little tip whenever you're doing the project. So you're never alone. And especially as, Cursor is doing all these um, asks and like, should I do this? Should I do this? And sometimes you might be like a little overwhelmed. You can always just go to the video and make sure that everything looks right and check with Natasha's demo and um, just feel safer that, oh, okay, somebody else is going through that and she's doing it, I'm doing it with her, you know? All our projects have a demo. Sometimes it's Natasha, sometimes it's Kahu, sometimes it's me. So whichever next project you're working on, know that you're never alone. Okay, so Cursor has a summary and it says it's created this, all the features, it's done all the things, it's given details on what it has done, like it's created a Supabase table, it's created a like service with all these methods and all the different aspects that it has considered and the features. All of it is done, and it has edited 2 files. And I think I should be able to review all of these. So I'm just going, okay. Let's answer this question really quickly. Okay, where are we at? So we're implementing the likes feature. Cursor will likely use apply migration to create the track likes table, but it might use other tools, and that's okay. Click run to approve all the actions. And we did all that. Cursor will likely initialize the likes count for all the existing tracks to 0 using something like execute SQL. So if prompted, go ahead and run that as well. Okay, how is Cursor implementing the feature? What tools did it use? Cursor's plan for implementing the feature is to use apply migration to create the track likes table. I'm going to copy this, but I'm also going to go and check here as well to see. I'm just going to copy and paste it here so that I can come and edit it later. But here is the entire history of how Cursor made all those changes. I'm just going to expand this a little. It reviewed the code base to understand the structure, checked the services, checked existing tables, checked the track likes table, and then, yeah, it went through step by step into all the, in verifying the table structure, testing the implementation, and doing all of these things. Very cool, isn't it? It's so cool. So interesting how easy building things has become now. Wild. Okay, how is Cursor implementing the feature? What tools did it use? Cursor's plan for implementing the feature is to first use apply migration to create the tracks. I'm not entirely confident. How is Cursor implementing the feature and what tools did it use? So I'm going to go back. See, I'm like you, Jen. I also feel like sometimes I'm very slow and I feel like I'm very confident in going through the project. But then when you ask me a theoretical question, I'm like, oh, wait, I need to go and check again. So we prompted Cursor to build the feature and we gave all the detailed prompts and we asked it to set up a Supabase table and asked it to connect to the MCP. And we sent that. And then we're implementing the likes feature and it's using the tool calls apply migration to create a track likes table. And it might use other tools, which I believe it did. It used tools like execute SQL as well. But I have a question. What is the difference between tool and tool calls? Wise, glad to have you back. Where'd you go? What is the difference between tools and tool calls? Hmm. Do you know the answer? Sean, Jin, Wise? Tools are like the different agents.
And tool calls are calling those agents, from what I think.
Oh.
Almost like
Uh,
functions, I think, like building the database
right.
would
Okay.
be
So
the
tools are like functions
tool. I believe so. That's how I interpret it. Like,
and
okay,
tool calls are like function
I'm
calls.
gonna call this, yeah, I'm sorry.
Nats is spot on, Sean. Tools
Oh,
are like
okay.
functions and tool calls are like function calls. So when you create a tool or like you and I'm going back to function. I like the term function, but I see it now. So tools and functions are similar. Um, the tools are they have specific capabilities or functions that an AI agent has at its disposal to interact with its services. These are commands like create project, list organizations, get cost. All of these are tools. And they're part of the Supabase MCP and allow Cursor to perform actions on your Supabase account. And you can see a list of these tools. Okay, got it. And then the tool calls is when you actually call it and prompt Cursor to do these things. And then Cursor will identify which tool is needed to fulfill the request. Got it. Okay. So when it's asking for what tools did it use, it's basically referring to all the tools we had in the Supabase. And so I think we saw that too, right? Where was it? It was in here. Yeah, so when it says 29 tools, these are all the 29 tools. And so which of these tools did Cursor use? And it used apply migration. What is apply migration? Okay, apply. So if I hover on any of these tools, I get a little description. So apply migration applies a migration to the database. Oh, use this when executing DDL operations. Do not hard code references to generate IDs in data migrations. Okay. So we definitely used apply migration. And then it did other things too, like execute SQL. Okay, So how do I know Cursor's plan um, for implementing the feature? So it must have given us uh, the plan when we prompted it to. But I wonder if I can go back and find that plan. Can I? So to
I
know,
think it's in that see the center part of your editor. Yeah, right
yeah,
there. I think it's those are all the functions that it's going to enact. So
yeah,
if you have that in your plan and you call it,
yeah.
you're calling those tools to create it. As far as like a written out plan, like step by step, um,
Yeah.
I don't
So
know
no,
where to look for that. I usually just do it.
the question was, how is Cursor implementing the feature? So Cursor's plan for implementing the feature is to first something, then something. Cursor used tools like something to something. So I know Cursor used tools like apply migration to create the track likes table. I know that because I saw that happening. But I'm wondering um, about Cursor's plan for implementing the feature. And now I'm reading through it, going to Cursor, viewed Supabase. It checked existing Supabase services to understand the pattern. It checked existing tables to understand what it needs to create um, the likes feature. And then it created a to-do list. And you see this to-do list, it said create a Supabase table for track likes, create a like services to like. So it did all this thing. So this was kind of like the plan it created. You see? Ah, this is why it's useful to go and read everything that Cursor's doing while it happens. Okay, so I see this. Um, so Cursor's plan for implementing the feature is to first review the code base to understand the current structure. The code base to understand the current structure of the app, and then to create a to-do list of what? Of to-do list to create the likes feature. The likes feature. In my case, Cursor's to-do list included tasks like I just copy pasted that, so hold on. Tasks like create Supabase table for tracks likes, create. I wonder, wouldn't it be cool? Oh my goodness, I'm actually like really using this feature of like heavy documentation now. Look at this. Okay. I'm going to try and see how this is going to look in my documentation. Isn't that cool? Now I actually get to see how this is going to look. And then if I don't like it, I can change it. So I have listed what the to-do list looks like. And then, yeah, I think that ends the, oh, oops, 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 oops. Oops, oops, oops. Okay. Um, okay. So I think, okay. All right. All right. I did a little bit of editing. And so let me see how this looks in my documentation. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Can I see it? Can I see it? Okay. So how did Cursor implement this? Oh, where is it? Where is it? Don't tell me that this is one of those tasks that doesn't show up. No. Aw. How? Okay. Man, I'm formatted my answer and everything. I thought this one would be in the documentation, but some of them don't show up. I think going forward, everything will be in the documentation, but this one isn't. Okay, so let me just read through my answer again to make sure everything looks good. How is Cursor implementing the feature? What tools did it use? Cursor's plan for implementing the feature is to first review the code base to understand the current structure of the app, then to create a to-do list in the create likes feature. In my case, Cursor's to-do list included tasks like create a Supabase table, create a like service, add a heart button, implement the functionality, and all of that. Cursor used tools like apply migration to create the track like table. Yay! I'm happy with my answer. And it's not here, but that's okay because that's like one of the best answers I've written. Okay, exciting. What do we see in the chat? Awai says the Supabase agent might have specific methods. It allows for migrating database tables. I'm fairly new to this agent stuff. Awai, are you doing the project with us? How exciting! Yes, thank you, Nat. I see that message. Yes, we absolutely need to add this task in the documentation because Nat, I put a lot of effort into this answer. And look, do you see the list? I put a list. I included the cursor to-do list. Yeah. Thanks, Nat. Sending you love. That's for you, Nat. Okay. All right. Um, Awai says, Awai, are you doing the project? Are you doing the project along with me? So I know Jin is doing the project. I know Sean is doing the project. Um, how is, how are you doing, Awais? And so exciting. I'm just exploring right now. We'll do it right after you finished. Awesome. I'm going to hold you to it, okay? I'm going to hold you to it. I got my eyes on you. But yeah, thank you for suggesting all of this. Like that, I'm a little new to the agent stuff, and that's okay. We're all learning. I think it's safe to say everybody is new to agent stuff because agent stuff is new, right? So I don't think you should ever feel bad about it. Okay. Awai says, which was provided for the apply migration should be in the, oh, he says, never mind. Okay. Okay, I think I'm all up to date on the chat, and now we continue, shall we? We shall. All right. Oh my goodness. Are we done with step 3? We're on the last step. Exciting. Okay, exciting, exciting, exciting. Okay. All right. I don't want to get ahead. I still see that I have some text to read. After a few minutes in tool calls, cursor will let you know when it's finished. Okay, I kind of did that. Running the application. Okay, now we get to see it, right? Okay. Let's install the project dependencies and start the development server. In the terminal, run the command npm install. So this is, uh, I hope you're seeing my screen. Yes, I think so. So we go to cursor, and I have a terminal open here, and I need to find my mouse. Okay, there it is. Okay, npm install and run. I feel like that little animation could use some music, like okay. Okay, we've run the command. Now we run the next command and make sure everything is okay. Okay, let's just run these, address these vulnerabilities, shall we?
It says stream failed to start. Sharing the
Oh
screen.
no, really? What about now?
Maybe close it and restart it. It might just be me. Your
Why says
your
it's
little
fine?
over there.
I'm looking at another system and it looks fine there too. And that says it's
Okay,
working.
so it's me.
Yeah.
It's mine.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know though. I always need to know. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes, oh my goodness, I think the first time I was doing this interactive build series, build lab series, I think you could only see my project and you couldn't see a cursor. And I was like, oh my goodness, guys, why didn't you tell me? You know? So all feedback is good feedback. All feedback is useful feedback. Okay. Okay. Now I'm running. Everything looks fine. And now I want to run. Okay, I think if I click this, it'll open it in my default browser. And I want to open this here. It's working. And it has the likes feature. Look at that. It's beautiful. Does it have any functionality? I don't know. I don't know. How do we test the functionality? It's definitely like economic, but it's doing 2 and 3, so I can like it many times. And I know I did not specify on like how to like it, what's allowed and what's not allowed. So it's not, it's on me if like I did not specify the requirements. So anytime you're building an app using AI, the more detailed you are and more specific you are with the instructions, the better the outcome is going to be. So maybe this is a like feature where you get to say, oh, I like this track so much more than this other track. Kind of like a rating system with like 5 stars or 2 stars or whatever. So it could be intended for that. And in which case, I wouldn't have to modify that. If I wanted to modify it to mean something else, I can do that too. But I'm just going to go back to the project and see what else we need to do. Okay. My terminal, what do we see? I see that the server has started correctly. Everything was installed and everything was fine. I did not run into any error, but just in case, I just want to go through. So if you ran into any errors, you have a whole set of instructions to help you with that. Jin, Sean, how's it going? Y says we need an agent to look at the stream to evaluate that everything is fine. So many pop albums. This doesn't seem to be the latest hits as it was as it's pretty old. I see, I see. Sean, Jin, what do you think? Where are we at? Is it success? Are you behind? Are you ahead?
Yeah, it was success, but I ran into a let me look at it. What I have here. I ran into a utility config.ts transcript error that I worked through. Um, so I think it was because I think it originated all the way back from when I first set up the database because it was confused with other databases that I had, other projects that I had in there. So I created a whole new one, started fresh. What was that we did? It was one of the steps. I think it was the beginning of the third step when we first started adding the likes, and it did the build out. Um, it was like I took pictures of everything and at every stage. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
So,
Aw, thanks, Nat. Will I be able to see the update in the project now? Or is it only for people who are starting the project from the beginning? cool. I will see it in my documentation. Thanks, Nat. Okay, Jen says I've finished step 3, just doing the documentation for step 3. Cool. And where am I at? I'm at testing the feature, right? No. Am I? I think I'm still in step 3. I was testing, yeah, running it, my terminal, and okay. Yeah, I think I'm done with Awais. You're heading. Oh, Awais is saying bye to Nat. Okay, bye, Nat. See you soon. Thanks for joining. Keep joining like this. It's so nice to have you around and seeing you do, seeing you see us do the project live. So keep joining. Okay. After where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Running the application, run the command.
Your mic, your mic cut
Oh,
out for me. Yeah, I can hear you, but it goes in and out sometimes. Just for me, it's probably my connection. But did y'all hear when I said I had a config TypeScript error?
and did you say you took screenshots and you're going to put it in the chat?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I didn't know if you guys heard me on that. Let me put it in the.
Yeah, no. Add it to the chat. Okay, I think I'm ready to start with step 4. Okay, what are we doing in this step? In this final step, I am going to test the likes feature. I will do so by testing it in the web app and querying my database in my cursor chat. Okay. Very, very awesome. All right, so let's test the live app. We'll interact with the web app and see our feature at work. Every time we click the heart, a request is sent to our Supabase database to update the count in the running NextSound application. Scroll down to the latest hits selection. Okay? And click on the heart icon on the first track to like it. Oh my goodness. I kind of just like went crazy with my likes when I saw this, didn't I? Oops. All right, let's see if Supabase captured that. All right, now, okay, I am going to put a pause here and check on Sean's messages in Discord. And these are the error messages that he sees. Okay, so I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to open Discord here in this screen so that I can see what's happening. If I just open the chat, I get to see all of these. Okay, cool. So you get to see the error messages that Sean posted, right? Okay, so connection refused to
There I am. There I am again, exposing my API keys.
No, it's
But
okay. It's okay.
anyway,
At least it's not
yeah,
like in a Git repo, you know?
right.
So
So I
this
got
is
that track. Yeah.
okay. All this looks okay. But what is the errors that you see?
You see the
Let me.
squiggly lines right there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if it's in the track card, It's in the track card, but then the error migrates over into the config. In the next couple of, you'll see it migrates to the config TS file. Now let me go through and see. I hope I added the right one. Hang on. Oh, that's just the sequence of what there it is. It's
Oh, I like that you asked it. Why do I have all these errors? Explain it to me and then fix it. And then it's identified all the types restrictions so TypeScript can discover all of this, and then it's fixing it. It seems like it's fixing it, but then what happened?
I eventually fixed it,
Ah,
but it was
that's really cool, Sean. I'm so glad that you fixed it. But what's useful is that how you went about fixing it and you used Cursor to help you fix it, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. That's
So
so
I
useful.
think it originated from when I populated the environment. I recreated the environment and it gave it another um, Supabase. This is what I think happened. It gave it a new Supabase database.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think there was an error with the config policies with the and anon key. I think I don't know. I'm guessing on that. But it wouldn't launch the host either, the local host, and it fixed that too
Mm-hmm.
because it says test path.
Otherwise,
Test
there's
path.
probably the type restriction in the config. Since you're using React types, it probably removed this in the array config to discover all the potential types, which I think is what it said here too. That's the reason it gave if you looked at it. So it says checking the TypeScript configuration and identified that the types was set to something which restricts
Ah,
TypeScript only. Yeah. So the way you prompted it was brilliant too, Sean, because you said, "Why do I have all these errors? Explain it to me and fix it." And so it did fix it, and it also gave you an explanation. Cool. Cool, isn't it?
yeah. And the I don't know if you saw, if you scrolled up, it also told me, it started leading me down the path of do X, do Y, check this. I don't know if I'd screenshot. I might have,
Wait,
where in the chat, and I said you run it, because I wanted it to run into the problems, not me. Not
yeah,
just me run into the.
yeah. Makes sense. Nice. But it's all resolved now, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's up on the local server and I mean local host, and it looks legit.
That's
It looks
awesome,
good.
Sean. Well done with like troubleshooting errors and using Cursor to do that. And I know you're a pro at this, but I think
No, I'm not.
what I'm so happy about is that you shared that process with us, you know? Because for somebody who's new to AI and like running into errors, you might not think that you can actually use AI to help you figure out what the errors are. So this was very smart. Like the way you structure the prompt, you said, tell me what went wrong and then fix it. So that's cool. Yeah, Awise has really good explanations on all of this that I am going to see if our ask feature can help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the screenshots that Sean shared with us, and I'm going to see if the ask feature can help. So let's see. Just trying to really understand how much um, ownership we have in being able to learn on our own, you know? I ran into this error. What does this mean? What can I learn from this? And just for context, this is the screenshot that Sean shared with us. And this is the issue that he had with the TypeScript um, error and what a wise mentioned as well. Mm. Hey, Sean, I'm putting this in the chat. I think it's useful.
Yeah. Yeah. What was that? Scroll up a second. Oh, you put it in the chat right
Mhm.
there. The library guest we'd like only include those types of ignore all that. Cool. Thank you for that. Correctly configure the test. Cool. Yeah, that's exactly. It probably would have taken a team of coders to debug that. I mean, like 3 years ago.
No,
I
the
mean,
initiative to even build this feature so quickly is also something commendable, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, because we're learning it with the graces of AI, but to reflect back to not having that AI tool, what that was like to debug it and you know, try to figure out that solution, because that would have taken a long, in my mind, in my imagination, that could have taken a day or two, for
Yeah,
people to figure that out. I don't know.
yeah,
I mean, I haven't been exposed to it before that, so I would imagine, you know,
very true. Okay, there is a message. Y says, since cursor includes unit tests, by default, I'm assuming, oh, okay. I'm assuming cursor includes unit tests by default, since it's good coding practice. I suggest everyone explore this to get a baseline understanding of JavaScript. Then they can move to TypeScript docs to understand the benefit. Ooh, thanks, Awais. Just today I put up a post in the tech news. I don't know if you saw it, but I shared all the blog posts that you've been following. And look at you, even now, just helping us learn more. Thanks, Awais. Okay. Um, so here it says the event. So wait. I was supposed to be here. Okay. The count increases to 1. The heart should turn red, and click a liked track heart icon to unlike it. Oh no, so that's the part it doesn't work, right? It doesn't unlike. It just increases. Okay. Um, so that piece isn't working. Mm. So I basically used cursor to build a feature. The feature kind of works, but not in the way that I want it to work, which is I should only be able to like it once. I look in the screenshot and there's only one like, right? Okay. So I'm kind of my likes feature is kind of working, but not working. Like for example, the clicks aren't working or the counts aren't updating. So I think I'm going to tell Cursor the heart icons appear, but clicking them um, appear, and clicking them updates the count. But the more I click, the more it increases the count. It doesn't go, it doesn't, it doesn't work like I want it to, which is this. Wait, what happens if I refresh? Oh yeah, it keeps the count. Okay. Um, so just these two. Okay. So by clicking this little button, when this little highlighted bubble thingy, it will copy a prompt for you to add here and help so that you get immediate help. Okay. And this ask feature is telling me how to fix it by giving it more information. So I'm going to go to cursor and I'm going to say, hey, help me debug. My heart icons appear. Clicking them updates the count. But if I keep clicking, it keeps increasing. I want the heart icon to toggle. First, it should increase by 1. And second, should reduce it. And the heart should lose its cutoff. Can you help me debug the code and handle the heart icon clicks and modify this? Hmm. A lot of information being shared between Awise and Mount Fusion. I see that you guys are doing a lot. Oh, currently installing Node.js and NPM. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Oh, and Jin, if you do the project 1 and 2, the one with Claude and the one with Cursor, you would have probably built the Node.js and NPM and all of that. But by doing this project, you're kind of like getting everything all in one project. So um, it's kind of cool that you're doing it, but I also understand why it's taking more time, like installing Git and now Node.js and all of that. So um, I'm so glad you're doing this project. If you had to do one project of the three, you're doing the best one.
Actually, Maya, I was like panicking recently because I thought I needed to finish the first and the second projects because I thought this it was the same feature from the second project, which is I browsed. It wasn't. You're doing right now is the likes, right? The likes feature, and the second one was the share feature, which is I haven't done yet,
Yeah,
and as well the
but that's
first.
okay. So it's not about the features. That's not what we want you to get away from the project. It's about how to build features using AI. And so if you can build a likes feature using Cursor AI, then you can build the queue feature and the share feature and any other feature you want to see, you know? So here, what we want you to get out of it is how to build a feature and to have um, to be able to connect it to a database, because this feature is more intricate than the other features. This feature requires a database. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I know. I was like asking myself the, oh no, do I need to do the first and the second projects before I can like do this third one? But then I found out that I don't need it, and it was like you're only focusing on the database or the Supabase for this
Yeah,
project, and it's like you can do it zero
exactly.
to. Thank you,
Exactly.
Maya.
I'm so glad you just decided to do this project and not wait about the other two. Again, if for anybody else who hasn't done the projects, it's nice to do all the projects sequentially, because with each project you learn something new and you build on it. For example, this is the hardest of the three projects because this feature that you're implementing using AI requires a database. It requires storing the number of likes, whereas the other features didn't require that. So, um, yeah, with each project, you learn something more. And the more, if you do project one, two, and three in order, it probably will take about an hour to do each, an hour, maybe 90 minutes. But if you're doing the third project without doing the first and second project, you might take more time, right? To install Git, to install, set things up, to install Node.js, all of that, which is what you're experiencing now, Jin. But it's totally fine. You would have had to do it in the other
I
projects.
realized. I realized, but then I me also to go back and do the first and second one.
And
I
Jin,
wanted to do the.
when you're doing this project, do you feel that you have all the instructions to do
Oh,
everything,
I
or
was
do you
lagging.
to go to the other project?
Sorry. Pardon. What was that? I was
When
lagging.
you so you're doing this the third project without doing the first and second, right?
Yeah.
And you ran into errors like, you know, not having Git and not having Node.js. Did
Yeah.
you find the instructions to resolve all those errors in within the project? Were you able to do it within the project, or did you need extra help?
It, I didn't check the other projects like about the Git
So you
and
had all the information here itself, right?
yeah. I figured it out.
Okay. Because
Maybe
if you
because
could
I have prior
let us
experience.
know so that we can, because we want anybody to be able to do any of the projects without any prerequisite. It should be easier if you do the other projects, but just because you're doing
Oh,
this project without doing the other projects, you should still be able to.
I still be able to do actually the third one without finding the solutions from the first and second. Oh, I was amazed.
Oh, yeah, so you didn't have to go to first and second, right?
Yeah. I didn't have to.
Nice.
Although it requires you to like explore if you are
Mm,
not familiar with Git and
mm,
installing some.
right,
Yeah,
right. That
because I
makes
have like prior experience
mm,
before. It's like it was sort of easier for me
right.
to
Good to know.
do it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so I'm at the point where my feature is working but not fully working. So now I need to fix my feature, and it made some changes. So let me test out the features now. Let me do a quick refresh. Oh no. So it says Otherwise, I see a message asking, is it working now? And that's, I think, for Jin. Okay. Let's see. So I asked Cursor to fix my function. And so then it's implementing a toggle behavior and it's doing all of this. And it verified everything is done. Okay. So it's supposedly saved everything. Okay, increases and decreases. Now, when I refresh, I would imagine that, well, of course it doesn't reset, but does it go down? Yes, it does go. Oh, it's going up. And so what's happening now is it increases and then it decreases. But whatever I left it off at, that's kind of where it is. So this is how it is now. Yeah. But it won't reset all the other things. What if I want to reset all of the existing ones? That means I have to go to my database and reset that. And I wonder if there's a tool that does that. I'm not sure actually, but I imagine I can modify the database over here. I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to ask our ask function. I was like, and I'm going to say, my app increases and decreases the likes depending on whether I click it. Um, on when I click it, when I click it. Um, but it didn't reset all the likes from before this update. How do I reset the database so that it starts from zero? And maybe by doing this, it'll give me a prompt to tell Cursor on how to do that. So, yeah. So it's given me a prompt to help me work through that. Let's see if this prompt is useful. Reset all the counts. Use Supabase MCP. Okay, very clear, very like to the point. Can you reset all the counts? So it's going to probably use some tool calls. Sean, how's it going?
Me?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at my database and a little confused.
Uh-oh.
So I have 4 tracks, but I only have one function, and everything works great. I don't get that.
Okay. All right.
Are
So
we supposed to have four?
my little update worked. So now if I click it, it will like it, and if I unclick it, it won't like it. So I am all set with my feature. So I'm done with that, tested it, and it works. Just giving you an update. Go on, Sean. What were you saying? So you checked your database and
I have one table, but 4 tracks. Is that what we're supposed to have?
you have one table and 4 tracks.
Yeah.
Did you like
If I'm
4 tracks?
so I have one table and so I'm not. Hang on, let me understand it. So I have one table. Everything works correctly on my app,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Okay.
have one table. I'm sorry.
Yeah, one table. Okay, do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, yeah. If you don't mind, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Let me stop my screen share. So, Jin, I just want to address your question. Um, oh, Jin asked, what's the problem you're encountering? So it's the same thing. I Whenever I was clicking, it would increase the count again and again and again. And I just wanted it to increase when I click it. And if I click it again, it should decrease, right? So what I did was I told the ask feature in the Nextwork project to be like, this is exactly what I want the apps to do, and it gave me a prompt. So I'm gonna share the prompt with you here. Um, so this is this is what I told Cursor. I told Cursor exactly that prompt that I um, included, and then it had kind of increased all of the likes. So then I added this prompt to Cursor, and now it's working for me. So try that and let me know. Does that help, Jin?
Right. Thank you for yeah, yeah. I'll try the prompts.
Okay.
I'll
You
do the first one first.
you you had the same error I did, right? Where you were clicking and every
Yeah,
time
yeah.
you click, it increased the number.
Yeah. It increments. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can fix it. It's
Oh,
not that hard. But I ran into the same
thank
way.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you for providing the
Yeah.
prompts.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Sean, tell me. Oh,
So
I thought you
I
were going
didn't
to the
run
sequel
into that.
too.
Yeah, so I didn't run into the to that problem right off the bat. It worked right out of the box, which I was
Oh, okay.
thankful for. But then
But your
I went back
espresso track,
into
hey Sean, can you go back? Your espresso
yeah.
track has 2 likes.
Oh, I think that was left over from
Oh,
before.
oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so it's all fixed and solved now. Okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah, because it just went back to yeah.
okay.
See, there's 101. I think that was left over from another iteration.
Yeah.
Um, so then I go into my database, right, and I've got tracking four things, right, which is correct. But when I go to tables, shouldn't I have four tables, or am I not?
Oh,
Am I looking
Sean,
at that wrong?
you're ahead of me. I'm not there yet. Um,
Oh, so the way I got here is when I fixed that config script issue in
yeah,
Cursor.
yeah.
I think it downloaded the whole project. You know, like jump me ahead or something. I don't know because I'm not having to do all the steps that. So when I had this error and it fixed it and it downloaded it, I think it leaped me ahead. I think I
Hmm,
don't know
interesting.
because uh,
Um,
you know the,
okay,
because
so what do you see in your
in
table? It says tracks I likes, and you there should be some data in it, and there's nothing. There's 4 columns.
there's
Track likes,
four.
track ID, likes, count, created at. It kind of looks right. Because I'm looking at
It's just
the
four.
I'm looking at the
In my
project. Can you pull up the project,
yeah,
Sean?
this one
Yeah. And which step are you at?
right here where
Yeah, and if you look at
what does
the
Supabase
screenshot,
do?
if you look at the screenshot in the of the
Where
database in the project,
the screenshot.
scroll up, scroll up. It was
This
there
is ahead
before.
of me now. Oh, was there
Oh, right
before?
there, right there.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so shouldn't I have these three
I
in
think
my
each
table? So if I
row each row indicates a like, right? And you don't have anything in there, is what you're saying. Can you click on the
yeah,
database
like up here,
on the track likes?
when I go to the oh,
Yeah, click on that.
see, it doesn't do anything. That's why I'm confused.
Oh,
I think there should be in my mind. I think there should be like multiple table. I think there should be this.
okay. All right. I'm not there yet, and this is my first time working with Supabase. So, would you mind holding on, Sean? Let me get there,
Yeah,
and then I will tell you. Hey, I like
yeah,
the name of
and I
your.
don't. Where is it? My next sound Maya project.
Yeah,
There you go.
this
Um,
thing is the best name ever. It's Maya approved.
right. There you go. So that's what in my mind I'm like, okay, database. I should be able to see my tables, but I think when I did the dealt with the issue of config, it read
Uh-huh.
the whole um, repo and built
Uh-huh.
it. AI built it in Supabase. And I think that's how I got ahead because my likes worked right out of the box. You know, it didn't have multiple problems. And then
Mm,
the table's already done. And I'm kind of like, well, wait a second, I didn't do that. And where to go, if that
mm-hmm.
makes sense. I don't,
Mm.
but
Okay.
it should be able to, I should be able to open it. And I can't. You know, I can't open any of these, which
Yeah.
doesn't seem right either. It's locked, I think, or something. I don't know.
Okay. I
Maybe let me stop.
I'm getting there, okay? Hold on. Hang in there.
Yeah, I didn't mean to get ahead. I
No, no,
think it
no, no.
just
It's
leaped me
fine. I
ahead.
just need to know. I don't want you to stop troubleshooting. So continue troubleshooting. I will get there, and when I do, I will tell you what I see, and then we can compare our notes. Okay, so sharing my screen. Okay, all right, so we've uploaded the screenshot. What happens when you click the heart icon? Um, okay, so I'm just gonna copy this. When I click the heart icon, I could see uh, the heart become red. When I unclick it, it would um, become empty, an unfilled heart. Behind the database, the what is it? The table, the database is increasing the count of likes of each track and keeping, yeah, and counting it. Yeah, I think that's clear. That's clear enough, I would say. Done, and I would like to see it, please. There it is. There it is. Okay, I'm just going to refresh this whole project because I want to know if the other question came in. No, not yet. Okay, cool. All right, so back to where I left off. This is step 4. This is the last step. Um, we're testing the feature. The feature is working. And now I think both Jin and I are finally catching up to Sean, where we are checking the dashboard and the database. Hello, hello, Rajneesh. Good to see you here. Rajneesh, I have a question. Do you go by Rajneesh? Do you go by RJ? Or do you go by Raj? And did you go to the park today? Did you walk or did you jog? And did you play badminton? And what time is it there? Please answer all four questions. What do you go by? Did you go for your walk? Did you play badminton? And what was the fourth question? What is it? What is the time over there? Okay, thank you. We have Squinky Dicks and we have Witcher on the call as well. Do you know the answer to that, Sean? Actually, before Rajneesh answers, does it go by Rajneesh, Raj, RJ, or something else?
He likes RJ, but I call him Raj all the time.
Okay.
But so he's pretty laid back. He likes
Okay.
it.
He's pretty chill. He's pretty like
Yeah,
call me whatever
he's awesome.
that vaguely sounds like my name.
It vaguely sounds like
Raj is totally. I think it's like the first three letters of his name. Totally fine. I wonder if there's anybody other than the next work community who calls him Raj. RJ sounds good because it's like Rajneesh Jha is his full name, so it's like RJ. That makes sense too. Or you can call him RKJ, which is like all his three initials. And I cannot believe we're making a whole topic about you, Rajneesh, right now. You're like topic of our conversation. And he's going to go for badminton. So he's okay with RJ. Okay, okay. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. So we can say, oh, look, RJ has joined. All right. Let's see. So, okay, let's check the data that's being saved. We're going to our Supabase database. The moment of truth. Drum roll. Okay. 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 Where's the table? Okay, wait. I'm getting ahead. Let's go. Okay, on the left side bar, select table editor. Table editor. And then select the track likes table. It might be called different depending on how cursor implemented the change, and that's okay. And the data in the table should match the likes in our web app. Okay, so let's check. Oh, I almost thought I didn't have a table. Okay, track like, and oh yeah, see, Sean, I have a bunch of stuff.
yes. Yes, I have it. I wasn't clicking on the correct track likes. I was
Oh,
looking at like I was one file up. I was one evolution up. So this would be like a child folder. I was up one level. So yeah, I clicked on it and found it.
oh, yay.
That makes
Okay, so
sense.
we're all on the same page now?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yay. Oh my God, is that RJ with a hamster and a hamster with spa slippers? What is up with that picture? RJ, you have to explain.
I'll be right back.
Okay, Sean. What is this picture all about? A little hamster that's relaxing. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Jin, how's it going? Do you see your table with all the likes?
Yes, I've checked the database and it is updating.
Yay,
It
yay, yay.
the yeah, I'm amazed.
Yay.
The likes
Wow.
count. Yeah, I'm so much bliss right now.
That's amazing. So that means the like count matches the database. I'm just going to check and make sure it matches. So for me, I
Right.
have one, two, three, four, five likes. And what does it say in the database? One, two, three, four, five. Yeah. Nice. Exciting. Ah, it feels good, doesn't it, Jin?
So much happy.
Okay. So
I got
how
it
does
now.
your
One.
say that
Hmm?
again?
I'm so happy about how it's
Yay.
working now.
Yay. Let me
Oh,
do a virtual high five. High
yeah, high five. I can feel my cap.
five. Wait, let me see if I can get a nice GIF for this. High five. Go us. Yeah.
Let's go. Go us.
Okay, let's answer this question, shall we? How does your Supabase database store data? In Supabase, the track likes table stores the likes for each track. Each row represents uh, the track ID. Each row, wait, let me just check, okay? I'm gonna like one more and then refresh and see what happens. So does it increase the number of rows? I think so. So it's basically the each instant, right? What does each row represent, Jin? No, it's
Bro.
what does each row represent? I'm just I'm trying to figure out the really hard way, okay? I'm sure it's written down somewhere and I know I'm supposed to know this, but I'm just like playing around and trying to break things and trying to understand. Do you know what each row represents?
I'm actually curious too about the track ID for which it corresponds to what. Is it that what you trying to say? Or
Hmm. Two, three, four, five, six. So what if I like everything? What's going to happen? And I'm going to like everything, okay? Awais is typing because I bet Awais already knows the answer. What is Awais saying? You're probably going to add more rows to the table. Yes, that's exactly what I want to test out. Okay. All right, so I've hit a
yeah.
bunch of likes and I've added all this. And right now I see 11 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so now if I hit refresh, I think I see more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And some of these track IDs they're all unique. Do you see any similar tracks? Huh, that shouldn't be the case, should it?
Mhm.
Interesting.
They're all dissimilar.
They're all unique. Okay.
Yeah. Uh,
All right. So, from what I understand, each row. Oh, look, Awais has got the answer. Go, Awais. Let me read this. You're probably going to add more rows to the table based on the call. I'm assuming there is an internal JSON object containing information like the thumbnail URL, track IDs, etc., which based on the click function is calling Supabase to add a row representing the liked record. I think you're absolutely right. Otherwise, how do you know so much? Would you mind sharing a little bit about how you are so brilliant? Please join us on stage. No, I says no. Why? 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 Why?
back.
Hello. You didn't miss anything but a conversation with GIFs. Check out the chat.
More cats.
Yeah. Okay. So we're at the point where we're answering a question about the database. Um, so here, how does your Supabase database store data? The Supabase track likes table stores the likes for each track. Each row represents a click. I verified the web app's connection with my database works by clicking and checking the database to see if it matches the count. Okay, I have a feeling that this answer can be better, and I just want to check it. How does my Supabase database store data? So my database stores data in a structured way, much like a traditional spreadsheet using tables. We've got a track likes table, and the data is organized into tables. For this project, the track likes is created to hold information about the likes. Each row represents a unique music track, and each column has specific information about the um, ID. Yeah, that's a great question. Jin has a question about, does the track ID, is it auto-generated or is it pre-made? Oh, and it says you can find out more on verifying this in your database. So I think we're getting ahead, but I think it's good to ask all these questions. So does the track ID auto-generate its ID? Ooh, the ask feature says, Jin, that it's an excellent question. The track IDs are not auto-generated by the database when a like occurs. Instead, they are pre-existing identifiers that are already linked to the music tracks. The database then updates the like count for these pre-made track IDs. When you interact with Cursor to query or update data, Cursor is smart enough to look into your project files to find the correct track ID associated with the song title and then update it. And then you can see this um, and each row in that table will have a unique track ID and its corresponding like count. You understand, Jin? Can you explain it to me?
I thought there is already a. I thought it auto generates like it doesn't have IDs yet from the tracks, but the AI said that the IDs were already pre-made to a link. So when you like delete it from the database, like and then try to update it from the website again, it's just the same ID you will get from that
Right,
corresponding track.
right. So what happens if I reduce all of this? So I just, okay, so this is 5 times 3, 15. And I think now we have 15 tracks here, right? Oh no, it says 18. What? Is it 6? Oh yeah, it's 6. Okay. So there's 16 tracks. So now that I've removed 6 from here and I do refresh, then I should now see 12, correct? No, I still see 18, but only 12 of them have ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, so 6 zeros. So yeah,
Can
so
can
each,
you try to? can you try to
Confirm.
delete all the entries in the database, and then unlike
Ooh,
and
why
just
do I
try to
want?
if there's just like I just try to like one track from the web, I'm from the call this project, and then see if it has the same ID.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
Ah, wait.
I, th- I think I think each track has its own hash number. So when a new track, a record is produced in Soundboard, it assigns it a hash number, and so it'll be represented by a zero. So there,
yeah,
it's always theirs.
yeah. So
So
now I
even if you
should see all
delete
the zeros.
them,
I should see all zeros except one, and I'm going to find out which is the one. Okay, so this song, "My Love, Mine All" by Mitski, is this track. So this track is assigned to this unique ID. Okay, it makes sense to me now. So there, because in this particular app there is no exactly 18 tracks, there will never be more than 18 rows of data in this particular instance because there's only one user and so forth. This is a very simplified version of Spotify, right? It's like a very, very simple version. But this particular app will only have 18 lines of data at a time, and each row will either have a zero or one. So, okay, so now I think I understand it enough to answer the question. Um, let's see, where is it? So the track likes table stores the likes for each track. Each row represents a track, and each track, each row represents a track and the likes associated with it. I verified, okay, how did I verify the web app's connection with my database works by, um, yeah, by going to the Supabase, by checking the Supabase dashboard and viewing the database to see if it matches the count. Okay, cool. What are the limitations with my database? Um, I think there's a lot of limitations, but which one do I want to talk about? What are the limitations? Which one, what should I say? One limitation I notice in my database. I think I can think of many. I can think of many limitations. One thing that I can think of is that I won't be able to keep track of all the times I like and dislike. So if I like it, it has the most updated, the last updated version. Like when was it last liked or unliked, and that's what I will have. I won't have any other um, information, and maybe I want to know how my user changes their mind over time. Uh, but that's the one I can think of. Can you think of something else? Any other limitations?
there's no user database. We don't.
Yeah, yeah. So
We're,
there's only
we're
one
just
user.
using it by first person. Yeah, first person. So that would be
Yeah,
really helpful because then you could record their
yeah.
email address, time, and get real metadata
So true.
and like
I
expand the
also like
database.
how the ask feature is not giving me the answer. It's just like, please think critically about it. And then it's asking me, what limitations do you notice? But it does give me like things to think about, like scalability, security, data integrity, even the structure. Very cool. So all of us should have different answers. Awai says probably if you have a million songs, then the query would be pretty slow. Yeah, exactly. You're thinking scalability. Nice. Put your answer in the chat. I would love to know what you decide to go with. One limitation I noticed um, is that I won't be able to track all the different uh, times that I like or unlike a track. Uh, the database at most will only have 18 rows of data, and we'll only see the last updated version. The last, and we will only see the last updated like of each track. After this project, I would like to improve my database. Oh my goodness, the things I could do. I'd like to have users for my database to see if each track can be liked by multiple people. Um, gosh, I don't know. Awais is asking, each click is going to be making a insert update query, which if you click a bunch of stuff quickly might be bad, as you could have combined the IDs into a single query. So that's a limitation that you are talking about, right, Awais? Um, yeah, got it. Cool. Good thinking. After this project, just to continue with that thought, I would like to improve my database by storing all the instances of when, like instances, or should I say events, like action events, of when I click and unclick a like button. Yeah. So everyone should have a different answer. Da, 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 da. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. My documentation is so beautiful. Almost done, almost done, almost done. Two more tasks and I'm done. Okay. Oh, no, no. That doesn't mean you get to rush, Maya. Come on. Okay. Okay. All right. So query your database. The Supabase console is useful. Let's see. Yeah. But imagine being able to get insights into your database without having to leave Cursor. OMG. Let's ask Cursor to fetch some information for us. In a new Cursor AI chat, type the following prompt. What tracks are currently liked in NextSound? Use the Supabase MCP. Uh-oh. Okay, do we know the answer? Hold on. The answer is My Love, Mine All. Okay. Do you guys know that song? I don't know that song. Oh, a Wise knows that song. A Wise. It's a sad song. Let's see. Tell me, oh brilliant cursor, tell me, do you know which tracks I have liked? Can you read my database? Okay, below is the result of the SQL query. All right. I'm gonna give you permission to do all these things. It's run an SQL query and it contains untrusted user data, and it's given me the track ID. Aw, it didn't tell me the name of the track ID. Okay, let me go back to the database. I'm sure it's correct. It's the one that ends with, it starts with 3VK and ends with PM3. Is that the answer? Is that the answer? 3VK and MP3. Okay, so it's correct. But I wonder if the project instructions has more. So I did all that. It listed the tools, list table, executes SQL, which I allowed it to do, and I ran it. Where can I find a list of the tools? Well, we did check that out. And we did query the database. Oh, but look at that. In this project, in this screenshot, they got all the details about it, but I didn't. Hey, cursor, tell me all the details about it. Why didn't it tell me? All right, so there's a message from Awais. Oh, Awais has put the song. Okay, I gotta listen to the song. You can probably inspect the thumbnail in the web app. It should show some kind of track ID, I'm assuming in the HTML element. Or you can ask cursor to match the track ID with the title. Can you give me the title of along with the track ID? Tell me, oh dear smart, wise cursor. Okay. Run and it run. So it's execute SQL and list tables, which is exactly what the project said it would do, right? It said it would list tables and execute SQL. Oh no, it says track metadata isn't stored in Supabase. Oh, okay. So it's in the web app. So it's checking to find it some other way. Ah, it's a Spotify track ID. Interesting. It didn't tell me. Oh, Awais is giving us more information. Oh, hello, Selvapriya. We are currently doing this project. This is part of the AI Workspace series. Okay, hold on. I'm going to scroll up. So I just want to keep an eye of where I left off, which is this task. Okay, so this is the project that we're working on. We're building a database with Cursor and Supabase MCP. And today in this project, we created this application called NextSound. Well, we didn't create it. We cloned this repo, and then we added, so in this project, we added a likes feature. So that means if I hit like, it's going to acknowledge that and then store it in this database which is using Supabase, which is an MCP that allows our AI agent, which we have working here on Cursor, to connect with Supabase and give us all the information. So we actually built a database on Supabase using Cursor and nothing else. Very cool project. Jin and Sean are working with me to do this. Awais is this kind of like backbencher. He's sitting in the back bench and just watching us do the project. And he's like, that's the answer for that. And that's the answer for this. And here's the documentation for this. And enjoy. Right, Awais? Awais says he's going to do this project later. I don't know. Are you? Awais? For sure. Oh, I like that. I like that. Okay, wait. I gotta find a GIF for that. Hold on. This is very important. Boom. All right, so Priya, that's what we're talking about. Erwin, good to see you here. Hello. We are almost done with this project. And gosh, where are we at? Jin, how's it going? Sean, how's it going? Are you already at the end? I'm telling you, I am taking my own sweet time on this project, and I'm having so much fun with you guys. Jin says, I'm close. Okay. Hello, Shanks. Good to see you. Sean, how's it going?
Good. Good. Oh, Shanks is here? What's up, Shanks? Yeah, he's out with us sometimes.
What up? Okay.
All right.
Um,
So I'm adding, I told Cursor to add the name to the
yeah.
table in the database, so it's not just a hash code. And when I
Ooh.
did that, it just added one espresso, the one that I clicked on. So now I'm fixing it and telling it like, regardless of clicks, match the hash number with the title of the song. Let's see if that worked. So I got espresso so far. Let's see if I fixed them all. Yep, got them all. That's cool.
Okay, let's see. What did Cursor say? Cursor said, should I fetch the title from Spotify for this track or set up a meta table? Um, I'm just gonna copy this entire thing and be like, next work, ask. Tell me how to fix this. Such a oh, did I not copy it? Copy. Oh, can I not copy it? No. Why can't I copy? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. What do you suggest I do? Ask. Because I wasn't able to find the names for the tracks. Um, what does in okay, so it says that's an insightful response from Cursor. It's correctly identified that your track likes table in Supabase only stores the Spotify track ID, not the actual titles. However, this project is designed for Cursor to be context aware. That means it can look into other files for your project. To get Cursor to display the track names, you should use the specific prompt from step 4. Oh, which prompt? Under the querying your database. Oh, I always get ahead, don't I? I always get ahead. Is that coming up? No. Where is querying your database? Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. So use this prompt. Well, that's exactly what I did. But did I miss anything? Did I not copy something? Use the Supabase MCP. Huh. I wonder if there's something more to this that wasn't there. What do you have to say about it? Okay, no. After you press enter and approve any tools, um, Cursor should respond with a formatted summary that includes title, artist, and all of that. But I don't see that. And okay, what is happening in the chat? It is better not to do that, Sean. Sean, you've got some advice from Awais. Take it or leave it. But Awais says it would be better to not do that as you could use the track ID and call the Spotify app API to get the track details, but up to you. Um,
Yeah, I like that. I give him a thumbs up.
can I modify the prompt to cursor to give me all of the details? Oh my goodness, we've got such a big audience today. Good to see you all here. How's everyone doing? And where is everyone joining from? That's the prompt I used. That's the prompt I used. Okay, I'm going to say, should I fetch the title from Spotify for this track or set up a table? Do I set up a meta table? Okay, wait. Let me ask this one question. Cursor asked, hi Nat. Hi, Selvapriya is joining from India. Or is joining from Pakistan. Okay. Jin, how's it going? Are you getting the track name?
Sorry, what was that?
When you asked Cursor to give you the track information, were you able to get the track name or just the track ID?
I haven't actually did that yet.
Where are you
Where
right
was
now? This
I'm at
is
the
inquiring your database. Right after
um
task 3 in step 4.
the
Selvapriya, who are you asking? Are you asking Awais? I think. Ooh, where is Awais joining from? Awais, where are you joining from? Let me go through the projects a little more. Sometimes I miss an instruction. Is there anything else in here that I need to know? You should use this prompt. It gives because blah 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 da da da. But it did not give this to me. It only gave me the ID. It shouldn't modify anything or fetch data from Spotify. I did not get that. How do I fix this? How do I fix this?
it returned the track name and the ID.
It returned the track name and ID for you?
Yeah, uh, yeah, because I think I've skipped this part and then just I went to the last part already, like adding the likes, the 20 likes to the espresso, and then it returned me 20 likes to the espresso track, as well the ID of that track. I
Oh,
missed this one. Haven't s-
in- interesting. Awai says you can ask Cursor to call the Spotify API and use the track ID to get the track name. I just also want to know it from the perspective of the project instructions. Like, is there something we can do to be more clear? Because if I'm running into this error, then others are going to run into this error. So I would really like to know what to how to fix this. And maybe for now, I will skip that piece and come back to it, especially because Jin says he got it, and all he did is skip it. So let's see. I'm going to keep going. Uh, Whoa, whoa, whoa. What? I didn't even understand. Was that, Rajneesh, was that a question? I didn't even understand that. Kumusta means how are you?
Means yeah, it's how are you?
Kumusta.
It's a Filipino.
Huh?
Kamusta, Maya?
Kamusta. How do I say I'm doing well? Thank you.
Okay lang ako. Salamat.
Okay. Lang mau samasta?
Ako. Okay lang ako. And then salamat. Salamat means thank you.
Salamat. Aww. A wise. You know Filipino as well? My goodness, I didn't realize all of you are fluent in another language. That's so cool. Okay, which MCP tools did Cursor use to query your database? When I asked Cursor to return the tracks that had likes, it used Cursor used the MCP um, to, what was the tools it used? It used to execute SQL and list table. It used to run list tables and execute SQL. The final answer it gave me was the track, the only track I liked, which was this song that I haven't heard, that apparently, according to Awais, is a very sad song, which I'm going to listen to after this session, which was My Love, Mine, All Mine by Mitzi. Mitski by Mitski. Oh man, the name of that track sounds intense, like My Love, Mine, All Mine. Intense. Is it an intense song, Otherwise? Okay, there is a. Oh, Otherwise watches a vlogger who is Filipino. Okay, did this show up in my work? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Looky, looky, looking beautiful. Okay, all right. Okay, uploading the database with natural language. Let's take it one step further. We can also command cursor to change the data in the database directly. If in your chat, type the following prompt. Okay, so that's interesting. You're right, Jin, because now I'm going to say espresso, which is an existing track, but it didn't tell me the names at that time. So let's see if um, no.
I
What did I do? Okay, here.
good try.
Oops. Instead of enter, I put a backslash. I hope it'll be okay. Jin, sorry, can you repeat that?
I I I turn.
I couldn't hear you.
I couldn't hear you. Sorry, I said you can try it now if it.
Ah, okay. Okay. Ooh, searched. What is the track? Checking mock data file for espresso track ID. Found the espresso track. Okay. And now if I say run, updated the run count. Okay. Aha. So now it gives me the ID and the track name. And it says 20 likes. Okay, so it did that. Ah, see. According to this, it had all this awareness, but for whatever reason at that time, it didn't tell me. Um, Let me see if it, okay, wait, let me first check if it is updated in the table, in the Supabase table. And boom, look at that 20.
Right.
Beautiful. It is showing. Nice work. You've updated a database record all within your cursor chat. Okay, cool. I'm going to okay. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And I don't want all of it, so I'm just going to stop here. And oh, I have this clipboard situation, so I have to do that. And then how did Cursor update the vote count for espresso? Aside from querying the database, I also use Cursor to update the vote count. And I did that by asking it to use the Supabase MCP. And what tools did it use? Execute SQL and yeah, basically SQL. That's it. Okay. Using Supabase MCP, and it used execute SQL. I verified the update by checking the database on the Supabase. You know what Supabase reminds me of? I finally understand. It's the Nicki Minaj song.
Super
Oh,
bass.
What song is that?
oh my
Super
gosh.
bass.
Um, a reminder, that's a classic banger. Uh, does anybody have, can somebody put the link to that song so that Sean can
I
listen
probably
to it?
know it, but yeah.
Okay, what did you think of using
No, that's a classic banger.
what did you think of using Cursor to update your database? Being able to update data with natural language is powerful because um, I
You
could
don't.
create a database and retrieve the data and store data and create data without knowing SQL. I could use this to do all the stuff that I just did. Yeah, I think that kind of covers it. Without, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that answer. Let's check it out, shall we? Mm, I think I am done. I am done. not going to do a secret mission today, but if you want to delete any of this, you can. Is there any charge for keeping it? Let me just. Do I have to delete my Supabase project? Will I be charged if I keep it? Let's just find out. Let's just find out. Okay. Oh my goodness, some language is going on. How, Rajesh, are you also following this Filipino um, blogger? Okay. If you do, wait. You're using free tiers for both Cursor and Supabase, so you won't be charged for keeping the project. However, Cursor's tier has a limit of 50 to 70 prompts. So if I'm not prompting it, I'm not charged, but I can keep it. And I don't particularly want to delete it right now. So I'm just going to leave it as it is optional. Oh, although it's important to keep your accounts tidy and avoid any unexpected charges, even for a free tier resources. Oh, okay. All right. Should I delete it? Are you guys going to delete it? I feel like I might want to come back and do the secret mission. And if I do, I don't want to delete it, you know? Any thoughts about should I delete or not delete?
I'm gonna change the name and push mine up to GitHub for later reference.
Smart. Smart. Okay, so I might delete later, but for now, I will keep it as it is. The key tools I used include Cursor and Supabase MCP. Key concepts I learned include using AI, which in this case is Cursor, to create a database. The most important thing I learned was how powerful MCPs can be to work with when using AI agents. Cool. This project took me approximately, oh my goodness. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. I would say it took me 4 hours, but I had so much fun doing it and I was so unfocused. I was saying hi to so many people and chatting and singing and doing happy dances and God knows what. So I feel like it's unfair to say that it took me 4 hours, although that is the unfiltered truth. How do I say this, guys? Do I say it took me 4 hours? The most challenging part was, I don't know, like the project wasn't challenging itself, but it was, I think just learning everything was making sure I go slow so that I can understand every step um, in a way that I can explain it to someone else. The most
Yeah,
rewarding.
yeah, 4 hours.
Say that again. 4 hours is right.
Yeah, I think 4 hours is right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, really, because
Because Sean.
there's a lot of steps and you've got to understand the structure and everything, and for the flow of things.
Yeah.
4 hours. Yeah, that's right.
Jen says 6 hours. Okay, but in reality, I have to say, complete disclaimer is that this wasn't like difficult. it wasn't like the hardest 4 hours of my life. It wasn't like I was breaking my head completing this project, right? I was just learning and I was just making sure that I asked all the questions, um, and make sure that I understand. So people who don't have that many questions and really understand, like Awais probably is going through like exactly. Awais is like, oh, mm-mm, I know that, I got that. This is too easy for me. You'll probably finish it in like 30 minutes, right, Awais? For
It
sure.
took me 0 hours because it didn't do it. No, I'm kidding.
No, but Sean, you gotta help me out here. Um, Wise said he's definitely going to do the project. Okay, I've got his word here. Hold on. I'm gonna bring it up
Oh,
right now.
show.
Yeah. He said
He
for sure.
says foam show.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So he said he's going to do this project. We're all going to hold him accountable. Everybody on this call, okay? Nat, Sean, Jin, Selvapriya, Karthik, uh, Rapolsky, uh, Rajneesh, Erwin. Everybody knows Wise is going to complete this project. Um,
Wise,
and
time yourself so we know how long it takes.
oh my God, was that an evil cackle? I don't know. Oh, look at Erwin. Ooh. um, but yeah, and Jin, I gotta say, Jin did the whole project in 6 hours, but that was like instead of the first and second, so he did like three projects in one. Smart guy. It was most rewarding to do this project in a group, with the community, in with the community, and to share our errors and our wins with each other. With the skills I learned, I want to build next. Ooh, everything, anything. I don't know. Maybe I want to try connecting it to the Spotify API. I want to um, connect this app to the Spotify API. Oh, with the skills learned, I have the confidence to go beyond, to push myself and my learning and connect this app to the Spotify API. I'll answer. I did this project today to learn about Supabase MPC. I have never worked with this before, and honestly, I was a little intimidated. Another skill, AI skill I want to learn. Oh, so much. Like, where do I start? But I'm very excited about the next project that we're going to do, which is the Postgres project. Who has anyone done this yet? Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. So another AI skill I want to learn is I don't know. I don't want to answer this question right now, so I'm just going to remove that. This project met my goals because I had so much fun learning and sharing my work, my learning with the community. I feel repetitive, but that's okay. I don't think this piece will come in the project. Yeah, not all of it comes. The project completion time does. The key tools and concepts does, and that's like the beginning piece of the project. So this is like how you introduce a project. Wow, are we done with this project? Do we want to do the final quiz? I'm afraid I'm running out of time. Um, but I can hit mission accomplished. Shall we? Jin, are you done too? Sean, are you done? Are we going to hit the button together, or did you already hit the button? Rajneesh? Oh my God. Can I just tell you? Nat, you remember when we went to karaoke and we sang the song?
Maya,
That's the song they're all like. We all, so Nat, Maximus, Matthew,
Maya,
and we, we went for karaoke and
Maya.
we sang the song.
It's y'all.
Oh, yeah,
When?
yeah,
What?
yeah, we did. Last Saturday.
It's awesome. That's awesome. We want to see the video.
Oh yeah,
Maya's favorite.
next time. Oh, I think we do have a video, right, Nat? I think we do. I think she did take a video. If you want to lose your phone
Post
charge.
it. Post it if you want to
All
lose your one.
right,
This is
post
the
it. Okay, wait.
food.
Nat, before you post it, I need to approve it, okay? Do not post it. All right.
You have to
Um,
approve it.
yes, I have to approve it. Absolutely. Ooh, look at the confetti. Ta-da! Download documentation. Beautiful. I want to share this with the community. And I go to
Yeah, I
celebrations.
got it. I got it. I found the video.
Wait, no, you didn't. Okay, and then if I have to
I
hit
found the.
Control V. If I hit
Oh,
Control
sorry.
V and I paste it, everything gets copied. So now I can do this. But this is actually on behalf of Maya. This is a different account. So I'm going to post it separately here from the other account. Please don't mind. But share your documentation. And I am going to post this in a bit and I'm going to tag you all. And you know who I am definitely going to tag? Who am I definitely going to tag? The CEO? No. Who am I definitely going to tag? I'm definitely going to tag Awais because I'm going to post my documentation and I'm going to say, I'm so glad I did it with Sean and Jin. It was so much fun. And I'm going to be like, Awais said he's going to do this project. And all these folks are the proof and witnesses. And I'm going to take a nice, um, actually, hold on. I'm going to take a screenshot of, oops. Do I which theme am I going for, guys? Am I doing the light, dark, or fun? I'm biased towards the fun, but I think for a change, I'm gonna go with the dark. Okay? I'm gonna do this, and I'm going to take a little screenshot of all of us doing this project together. Smile. Wait, that didn't turn out okay. One more time. Okay. Exciting. All right. Thank you all for joining me today. Jin, Sean, I'm so glad you were with me and you did the project along with me. It was so much fun to hear the errors that you were running into and how we all went at different paces, but we finally caught up and we're all in the same place and we finally did the project together. Yay! Super exciting and um, oh, I've got a lot of um, stuff going on. Y is running away. Uh, and oh, thank you, Nat, for appreciating us. It was so nice having you in this session. Um, oh, says we're not ending live until we see the video. Hilarious. Yes. Yes. All right. Good seeing you all. Take care and stay tuned for all the events this week. We've got Learner Limelight and we've got Meet Natasha later this week. And we've got chatting with Shane Brown, and we're doing another project, which is the data engineering project. So join me. It was so good seeing you all today. And wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and have a great rest of the day. Talk to you soon. Bye.